Alright, guys. I finally let Wandavision set in for a week. Or a little bit over a week, whatever. I had to let it sit for a minute because the show was so much to take in, so many different twists and turns. Every episode you kept watching going, what's this, what's that? Now, if you want to see my thoughts on each individual episode as they came out, I have reviews for every single episode of WandaVision. And let's talk about my issues. I've just realized and thought about. WandaVision is a show I really enjoy. Because I reviewed 24, 23 movies, however, whatever. All those Marvel movies. And every time I kept saying, they're fine, safe movies. Every review. There were a few I was like, no, this is different. I really like this. But for the most part, I have felt that way about every single thing. And this was new and different. Now, when I say new and different, I do mean for a superhero show, for the MCU. It's not really new and different in terms of this kind of show or movie has never been done before. Because there's something like this been done before. There's all, but... so I wish people would stop saying it's so new and different. It's like, is it just new and different because you've never seen it in a Marvel movie or Marvel show? Or is it new and different because it's actually new and different? That's the thing we have to clarify there. And then the other part of it is, but I really like the show. I do think it has a lot of issues. First of all, pacing. There are episodes who don't need to be here. And a lot of it boils down to, this video is going to contain spoilers. Quicksilver being Ralph Bohner. Okay? Now, a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be the X-Men. I didn't think that. I did not think that. I knew they were going to reboot them. It didn't make sense not to, right? When that canon was not doing well, why would you continue doing it? Also, it's very dated, and they probably want to make a new canon so they can give them their comic book outfits, which they've never worn in the movies and stuff, right? So this movie was something different. Or show was something different, because it was like, oh, they're setting up the X-Men, people were interested. Well, I watched this and I didn't think that. But what they did with it was bad. Not because I expected the X-Men. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't really have a theory for what it was. I thought it was something else, of course, but I didn't have, a theory. So I was sitting there, and I'm going, what? Ralph Bohner? And when they revealed that, I was like, okay, but what was the point of this episode? Okay, that's 2 episodes right there that could have been cut out. Both Quicksilver episodes didn't need to be in the show. It felt like they were stretching this show out to be more than it was. But here's the thing about that. If this was a full series, I wouldn't have minded it. But this is a limited series that they didn't tell anybody it was a limited series. I didn't know it was a limited series till I woke up Friday morning to watch the last episode, and it was titled the series finale. And I'm like, is it a limited series? And I found out it was. That is not okay to do to people. It's not a series. It's a limited series. And you should always tell people when things are limited series. Because, well, then it tells you what it is. It's kind of like knowing the genre of the movie you're going to watch. When you go to look up a movie you want to watch, it's usually labeled comedy, romantic film, or something like that, It's usually labeled with the genre, right? Because that tells you what to expect. Same thing with telling people whether it's a full series or a limited series. It tells people what to expect. And what I expected was good. I liked the show. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I liked Paul Bettany and Olivia Olsen, who gave fantastic, amazing performances. It was a really fun show. I really enjoyed all the episodes for the most part. I think, in retrospect, the Quicksilver episodes were just a waste of time because of the fact that well, it didn't amount to anything, so it was just stalling before the big Agatha twist, which is like, okay, if that was the big twist, you should have gotten to it 2 episodes earlier. Or maybe even just an episode earlier. What it should have been, how I would have fixed the Quicksilver twist is, obviously they want to make it a big reveal. So I would have had Agatha, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how I would have done it. But you know what I mean? I think that would have been a better way of dealing with things. I like the show. I wish it was actually going on for another season. I don't know what they would have done with it, but I wish it was actually a full series like they were saying. They could have done more weird and different things with it. But hey, I'm happy where it left off. I will definitely... It makes me more interested in Doctor Strange 2, which I had no interest in beforehand, but I'm kind of interested, so we'll see what happens.